Hello, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Lydia here with your full moon reading, which happens to be a partial lunar eclipse as well for October 28th, 2023. So we are in a sandwich type of energy between the solar eclipse that happened on October 14th and the partial lunar eclipse that is happening October 28th. And wow, those energies are just up and down. They're crazy up and down. We're ramping up as we go towards the end of the year. And my perspective is that in the next year, as we approach to 2024, we're going to sense and feel energies even that much more. And into the new year, we're going to start to see a leveling out, I suppose you could say, of the energies to a degree. And when we get into the middle of the year of 2024, just due to the astrological aspects as well, we're going to see some ramping up once again. And I believe by the fall of next year, so a year-ish from now, we're going to see the inklings of something very different than what it was this year. And I remember saying in my 6-month reading, which I will actually place below for July through December, have a look at that and see where you were at during the months from July through December in this last year. I remember saying that by the time we reached December 2023, that we could look back at January 2023 and see a totally different person of who we were at that time. And I'm curious to know, actually, if you find the same thing. I know for a fact that I feel very different. I feel like a different person in aspects that are more spiritually based, of course, and of course with knowledge and wisdom. There was a lot that happened this year for our spiritual development. And at this time, we are still ramping up in this spiritual development, this aid in consciousness and leveling up. And I know that this means that we are aware of a lot that is going on. And that awareness, in my opinion, is going to increase over like tenfold in the next month, 20-fold in the next month. And it's just going to keep going from there. So awareness and knowledge, awakenness of what is happening to ourselves in a huge degree, and how it relates to how it's happening, how things are happening in the environment around us. So whether it is in the world setting, or also in the environment that you live in. And that'll also, you'll see that might either provide insight into whether or not you want to move. So move locations, move in your success and in your job, career, your passions. And I'm going to go on and say passions at this point instead of job, because at this time, if we're in a job that we do not like, or that it's taxing us, stressing us out, this is going to be the time, an exponential changing time of transition to something that we really enjoy, and acting on the passions that we have within us that has led us to this time where we can embrace them. We know that they're going to increase an income that we have really wanted, and basically saying goodbye to the stresses from the other job that we've had, really enjoying something. This is a time where the universe is actually supporting us more and more as we gain consciousness in this leveling up that we're doing and that the earth is doing, and becoming more and more connected with nature, with Mother Gaia, with the fact that we deserve to actually follow our passions and be in joy while we are working at something that is bringing us income. So having said that, the full moon is the partially lunar eclipse is actually in Taurus. And so Taurus is, we have that drive. At this point, you're going to find and feel a lot of motivation, and where the astrological aspects are. And I encourage you to go ahead and check astrological aspects, whether in YouTube or videos and online, to see where you are at this time, and see how this really plays out with all the houses that you have, and whatever is what astrological aspects are in your houses at this time and in the months to come. because there is a momentum here. And as we are moving forward, this motivation into doing something that we really want to do is starting. There might be some ups and downs. There might be some possibilities where there might be some delays, and that some delays might come in and out of this time around, so or this moment, so in October, November. But we'll also see a momentum in other things, and always trust in divine timing. Everything is happening for a reason. Divine timing is here for a reason, so that the successes that you find, the optimal goal, the achieving of that goal will happen at the best time for you. So having said that, let's look at the cards that I've picked for you today. And this is actually through two different decks. The Moonology Oracle deck, which I usually use for full and new moons. However, it's been changing. So, and we're also going to be looking at the Wisdom of the Oracle. Colette Burnbeat has done this. So let's go on with Moonology. And I've picked the cards, haven't looked at them. There's 3 of them here. The first one we have is Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back, the South Node. Now, what I want you to take a look at too is, if you get a chance to read or view anything on astrology, see where the South Node is and where your signs are, your sun and moon signs are for the South Node, or whether it is if the South Node has anything to do with your signs at this time, and just see what you find, what the write-up is on that. And go from there, because I have a feeling that the South Node is definitely working. South and North nodes are working very much in our aspects at this time. We're seeing a lot of changes that are going on with regards to, and energetic changes that are going on with regards to the North-South node. And I encourage you to take a look at that and see where we're at. So let's look at the South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. The South Node, like the North Node, is a karmic point, but it's opposite to the North Node and relates to the past, perhaps even to past lives. Whatever you're going through and whatever you're asking about, there's a chance that age-old programming and conditioning is stopping you from achieving all that you might. Do you feel stuck in something? This card will often come as a sign that the situation or relationship you're asking about has somehow become suffocating, even toxic. It suggests that someone, you even, needs to be released, that there's some kind of addiction going on, or an unhealthy attachment that needs to be sorted out. One thing is for sure, when you get this card, you're being challenged to make some changes, even if staying where you are feels easier and safer. Once again, I'm alluding to movement, right? So attuning to the moon, I release the past. Additional meanings for this card could include a relationship is karmic and has played out across many lifetimes. So this is something we are looking into, our past lives. This is a time where past life experiences are coming up for us to release or to remember, to recall. So let's go on here. Your attraction to someone may be verging on the obsessive, or just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. So again, this is discernment as to your actions, but also discernment in everything else. So taking that into consideration, following your intuition, following your heart. This is a lot of bringing up a lot of divine feminine this time, divine feminine compassion into the world, into our hearts at this time too. So looking into this, always go with what your heart is telling you. So the teaching, the South Node is where the moon crosses the ecliptic going south. On the horoscope chart, it shows us what we are likely to become obsessed with, but which will probably do us little or no good. The South Node is the karmic astrological point that reminds us of the well-known phrase, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. So that is something for sure. It's that same old is not, it's not going to happen anymore. At this time, we must be used to change, and we're going to get used to even that much more transition and change and transformation and new information that allows us to make better decisions. Again, it's that discernment, but following intuition. The other thing I wanted to say about this too is the fact that If you have had past experiences that have brought you challenging experiences, and you know that this has been either in the past in your life, or maybe the inklings that you feel from other lives, then this is a time of completing that contract, if you want to say, or completing that karmic experience and moving forward. So Taurus is motivational. This is about moving forward. And of course, being a partial eclipse during this time too, the energies are very high, very driven, and you can see a lot of emotional involvement with it too. So looking back at things that you have done before and recognizing that some of those conclusions or some of those things that you've done might have held you back. You would move forward, but it might have held you back at that time. This is the time to make the change of not holding yourself back anymore. So allowing that transformation to occur no matter what it means. If it means that it feels really uncomfortable, push through it. This is one of those times where living in fear or fearing the unknown is being tested with us. So something to take into consideration, that it's a very volatile movement time, and the universe is going to put you in a place where it's going to be better for you anyway. So just follow what the universe is telling you. Let's go on to the next card, and that's through the wisdom of the Oracle. And it says, oh, unfinished symphony. It's funny because I got that a little bit earlier. Sorry, it's probably a little bit light there, but you'll see it in a second. Unfinished symphony, something that you have to complete. Once again, this is something that actually has to do with the first card, that you have to complete before moving forward into basically into the unknown, but knowing that it's going to be successful in your life. So it could be a creative project, it could be letting a relationship go that needs to be gone, or multiple relationships. It could be anything that is holding you back. Once again, holding you back. This is a time of movement and action. And we're heading into even that much more of it between now and the end of December. So let's look at unfinished symphony. Essential meanings: unfinished business, an incomplete lesson, lack of closure, the need to make amends. So that incomplete lesson could be that karmic experience. The Oracle's message: this is a time to tie up loose ends as you near the completion of a cycle or project and mastery of a lesson or skill. Before you can move forward, it's important that you come to terms with where you are now. Practical radical acceptance. Take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can occur and the answers you seek will be found. You can't move forward if you're leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what has passed so that the symphony can finally end on a high note. Now, the relationship message. Moving on is difficult when love lingers. Things are left unsaid, and you haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationship and in your heart. You can still feel bound up in relationships when closure is denied you. It's important to achieve this for self. Write that letter, make that call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee. For peace of mind, accept matters as they are, make amends if need be, and declare your feelings, even if only to yourself. Be clear about what was left unresolved, and close the door on the past so that you can set yourself free. Only then can new love blossom. Great advice. Prosperity message: make sure you complete projects now before starting new ones. Perhaps you've created something special that will increase your sense of abundance and bring you opportunities for wealth. However, if you don't see it through, it won't add up to anything but more clutter. Now is the time to put your nose to the grindstone and complete the tasks that have accumulated. Pay your bills, sign the documents, do your filing, hand in those assignments, complete a work of art. Tie up loose ends so that you can move forward with security, knowing you're on the prosperous path and feeling refreshed and excited about the future. If this card was upside down, or like chosen upside down, the protection message, which is something that might actually resonate with other people, I'm going to say it anyways. When unfinished business casts a shadow over your life, it is a reminder that procrastination is a form of self-sabotage. Ain't that the truth? It is not in your best interest to stall. Even stumbling forward is better than holding back. Don't overthink things or let yourself get distracted. Just tie up those loose ends and deliver the results. Don't quit before the finish line. Spirit wants you to win. So this is basically just saying, go for it. Really, it's saying, go for it. Whatever comes your way, go for it. Let the past be the past and move forward from this point forward. It's an important message. And this is in all realms and up in every part of your life right now. Prosperity, so wealth and creating income, for relationships in general, moving forward, mean letting some people go or bringing some new people in. And also in your career or any projects that you have on the go at the moment. I mean, those aren't the only three things that are happening. Of course, our spiritual game is going into a huge motion or a huge movement forward. So all of this is for your spiritual gain. Your spiritual gain. So again, don't overthink things. Allow yourself to move in some kind of an action so that you can get to that ultimate goal, but by going through the little baby steps along the way. And trust in divine timing, because if you don't, it'll just stress you out. Seriously, you will probably end up just feeling worse than and thinking things are just taking forever. It's like, are we there yet? Well, yes, we're getting there. If not, are there? We just can't see it. So at this point, open your eyes and allow things to clear so that you can move forward effortlessly and easily. The last card we have from the same deck is Here and Now. So this is funny too, because we're talking about being in the present and living in the present and recognizing that what we have is actually a whole lot more than we think we do, especially when it comes to moving ahead and getting what you want from doing those little baby steps. So let's read what it says here. Here and Now. Essential meanings: being fully present in the moment, living one day at a time. The Oracle's message: everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle everything and anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. Once again, let the past go. Be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. Relationship message: it's easy to yearn for a love affair or a friendship you may not have right now. One that is more romantic, more fun, more reliable, more passionate. The good old days are gone and a new day has dawned. Let your heart trust that you have everything you need right now, whether you have the relationship you desire or not. Tomorrow is beyond your reach. Yesterday cannot return. The now is all that is available to you. Stay present and aware that in this moment, as you cherish and approve of your beautiful self, you are a magnet for love. Spirit is madly in love with you right now. Did you know that? Turn to Spirit to feel the joy of love in the here and now. The prosperity message that is given here is what you are working on is golden, and your efforts will leave a powerful legacy. Focus not on meeting a goal in the far off future, but on creating your dream right now, releasing your desire for an outcome and owning that it already exists. Manifestation. It will appear in the material world as if by magic. Claim your prosperity now. The essence is more important than the form. When you are immersed in prosperous thoughts, you automatically tune into a sense of timelessness and unlimited potential. You can act as if, in spite of the temporary outer conditions, you are prosperous at this moment. What you think now becomes your reality. Stay present. So true. Protection message: whenever you find your mind drifting into the past, wondering if things could have or should have been better, or whenever you find yourself longing for the good old days, you leak power. You give your power away. The same is true for looking too far ahead and hoping the future will provide you with certainty. Driven by ambition, you might wander too long in a place with no substance and forgot that you are here today. The past and future are illusions. Whenever you leave the present moment, you're disconnecting from your inherent power to manifest your reality with true substance. Neither past nor future can give you what you need. Now is all that counts. Come back from those eternities and be here now. All will be well, and miracles will appear as if by magic in the perfect timing of spirit. Such good advice here. And wow, what a thread. Because in this here and now, we are living in the present, no matter what you look at or what we're doing. And in fact, what is happening right now too, with all the energies coming in from the eclipses and this eclipse season, the full moons and new moons, which are getting even that much more amplified in energy, affecting us even that much more before and after the actual full or new moon. We are starting to recognize within us, our cells are giving off that knowledge, and we're taking it in. The knowledge of what has happened in the past and what we can change to make it better in the future, past and future, or what we can do today so that our future is something that we manifest that we really want. This is important. Manifestation is, if our skills are incredible at this point. What you think of, the energy that you put into your thoughts and into your words are extremely important. We can think our way out of something or into something. And this is because imagination is also very powerful with this too. Imagination is not just about, well, being in an imagined state where it will never happen. We have this magical type of power that allows us to take the energy of imagination, the energy of our words and our thought patterns, and bring that into form, into some place that we do not know that exists, that brings the material into form. The how it happens, or whatever can create that form, is not really up to us, because of the fact that we put that potential out there. We select a potential that answers our question or satisfies a need. And when we answer that question, that begins the creation of form. And we don't really see that until it is in divine timing. So in other words, until we reach that potential, that active threshold of energy, then we basically create what it is that we've been thinking about, or what we've been talking about, or even visualizing about. And this is what this is saying: fake it till you make it. If you've ever heard of that, that means that fake it that you have it before you actually see it in physical form. And it's important to actually look at that as a possibility of it happening, because what we put out there, we will get back. That is the law of attraction. What we put out there, we will get back. And that's a potential for this time at the moment. We have unlimited opportunities available to us, which also means it's not just about sending out the potential for us now, like for ourselves, but also to help the collective. And that's the importance of this consciousness increasing, that leveling up that we're doing right now is for the collective, not just for ourselves. So think about what is happening in the world, only for a moment here. Think about what is happening. There's a lot of chaos. There's the wars that are going on. There's so much that's thrown at us that can generate fear, that can generate anger, that can generate separation and imbalance. And this is a time where activating these parts within us to manifest the energy of compassion, use of the heart and our intuition to create this emotional energy that taps into the potential of what we really want, which is peace and balance and so forth, joys, happiness, love for all, prosperity, unitedness and unity rather than separatedness. And that's something that we can actually throw out there as energy. And I encourage you to do that. This is a time of great manifestation, and also increasing that consciousness that we have within us by the knowledge that is being thrown out from ourselves, said in this reading. So let's look at this again. Don't let your past hold you back. The South Node. So this is definitely let go of your past. Let go of what has happened in your life, because at this time you have a totally new thing that's about to occur in your life. You are moving forward. And if you were to hang on to anything, then that means that you are going to block that beautiful energy of moving forward. So you need to release. And this is a perfect time. Full moon is all about releasing. unfinished symphonies. While you're doing this, you need to tie up loose ends, let go of what old energies are there, create some new newness in your environment by decluttering and cleaning up, um, finishing up old projects, and or saying no, and really holding your personal boundaries for relationships so that you can move forward in your relationships and bring a new energy for new relationships. And then recognize that you are living in the now. If you challenge or look into that path or that past, then and focusing on the past or the future, then you're depriving yourself of the opportunities that are here for you right now. So I mean, I think this is a brilliant reading for this time period, and especially with this eclipse, this partial lunar eclipse that is only seen in the northern hemisphere. It's basically in the east side of Canada and the US. And there's, of course, in other parts of the world. And I encourage you to look online to take a look at where this lunar eclipse is occurring, and if it has occurred already in your region. Where I am, we're not going to get to see it, but the energy is there. It's basically very potent energy, and it is right in line with everything that we are trying to let go of. Perfect on the full moon in Taurus. So I hope this reading helps. I'm excited because I know that there's a lot of potential and movement going forward, no matter what. Let go of the fears that could hold you back and allow the new opportunities to come into your life, because it's amazing what you can achieve. So I hope this helps. I hope you have a wonderful full moon. And if you get a chance that you have to see the lunar eclipse, then go for it today, and or October 28th. And so I hope to see you in the next video, and I want the best for you. Love to all. Bye for now.